What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. The fusion is in full swing, guys. We have Thor right here, and most probably a lot of you guys are actually going for the fusion. It's one of the best fusions we had in a little while, I would say. So very strong damage dealer, and we do have a summon rush starting tomorrow. Now, of course, with this event, guys, we're gonna have some summoning events as well. Last weekend, we had a 2x, if I'm remembering that correctly, on Sacred Shards. This weekend, we won't have a 2x, but we will have a 15x progressive chance. Now, I can say that it's finally freaking happening. I've been waiting for this event for a while now to try and snipe this Void Legendary Champion, and since they introduced Legare Theox approximately a couple of months ago, we did not have a 15x progressive chance on Sulfurion. But we will have it now, guys. So I know a lot of you guys are actually eager to try and get a Sulfurion, especially if you got Theox, of course. So definitely looking pretty forward to this. I do want to mention that we have another Summon Rush, right? So this is the Fusion calendar. We had a Champion Chase tournament on Friday, September 6th, which was a massive bait. I got baited, opened Sacred Shards, got 2 legendaries out of like 15 Sacred Shards, and I haven't really got baited for Freya necessarily. I just wanted to get another legendary. So I opened my Sacred Shards. On the second one, I got a legendary. And then I was like, let me just open till I get another legendary. And I just thought that it will be the next shard. And it just went like this for 13 more Sacred Shards or so. And yeah, it was awful. 2 trash legendaries. Now, of course, this Summon Rush right here that we have now starting tomorrow, will give you 25 fragments. Now, we will have another Summon Rush with 50 additional fragments, which will start on Tuesday, September 17th. One thing that I kind of like want to mention about this, most likely we will have events for the new Asgardian champions. Most likely we're going to have Freya, we're going to have Odin on the event, and that's why we have a random Summon Rush out of nowhere on Tuesday, okay? So personally, if it would not be for Sulfurion, I would definitely save everything for this Summon Rush right here. But I will try to open my voids for Sulfurion, and most likely I will have to basically pick probably a pack or 2 because I'm getting pretty close to the Mercy, and try to snipe Sulfurion if I'm getting lucky. Who knows? But either way, this Summon Rush right here, it might be a wiser choice for the majority of you guys that are looking to get the fusion done, and maybe you want to skip a different event. You know, do expect at least around the 5k point requirement to get all the 50 fragments, maybe even more for this Summon Rush starting on Tuesday. But leaving all that on the side, guys, let's quickly talk about the champions that we have on during this Summon Rush. I could say that is a pretty crazy Summon Rush, but honestly, we don't really have any of the super big boy legendaries. This Friday, they are planning to launch a progressive chance event to summon legendaries and epics from Primal, Ancients, Voids, and Sacred Shards. The chances to summon those champions are still the same. 0.5 on legendaries, depending by the shard, of course. So you're only going to get an increased chance to summon that specific champion. Those chances are still very low. The very first champion from the Sylvan Watchers is going to be Elva. No doubt an amazing, amazing champion. Speed aura for all battles. The A1 with continuous heal. Clans, block debuffs, increased speed on a 3-turn cooldown. The revive with increased defense and increased attack on a single ally. The passive with the perfect veil. The healing. Definitely a solid champion. Very useful for PvE content. She is being constantly used in live arena in Gold 4 as well, guys. Definitely not a bad champion. I would love a second Elva for my faction guardians, but honestly, I'm not planning to open anything but voids during this Summon Rush to try and snipe a Sulfurion. Hopefully, we're gonna make it happen. You know, it's been a long time since this account had any freaking luck whatsoever, regardless if we're talking about shards or soulstones. So hopefully, this is the weekend. Then we have Pyon. Pyon is definitely not a bad champion either. He was a fusion. Probably not an OP champion if we're comparing this one with other revivers, but it's still a very solid one. I am using mine mainly in the Curse City, to be honest, versus Amius and other different locations like that. I'm not really using Pyon anywhere else at the moment, but he's still a very useful champion for Arena too. Has a very nice passive. Allies receive 5% less damage from skills for each buff on them, stacking up to 25. Full revive with Strengthen. Cleanse. Block debuffs, a bit of a healing on a 3-turn cooldown as well. And the A1 gives you a bit of healing. Probably the best build for PvP is still going to be Stone Skin. Thinking about it, there are a lot of people using Pyon in PvP. If you don't have Duchess, if you don't have the most OP revivers, Pyon is going to get a job done without a problem. Then we have Kaja the Rai. She was a guaranteed champion from a Deck of Fate, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much at the same time when we had Timid the Fool as the fusion. Not a bad champion either. Every now and then I am seeing some people trying to use her in live arena, and mainly because she boosts turn meter. She does have the revive, she has the cleanse, 20% turn meter. Also removes 2 random debuffs from each ally. If Timid is on the team, will remove all of the debuffs, places immunity for 1 turn, revives all that allies with increased crit rate and increased crit damage, which is not bad. Speed aura for all battles. Pretty interesting passive. She pairs really well with Timid, of course, which is the partner, but them two together, they're not that special overall, So, if any of you guys are interested in opening during this Summon Rush, we do have some awesome support champions. Then my favorite out of the non-void ones is going to be, of course, Queen Anora. And my god, she is an absolute freaking beast, guys. I know a lot of people are constantly labeling her. She's only good if you have freaking Narcissus. That is absolutely not true. Most of the times I'm picking her without Narcissus. If the opponent picks Narcissus, of course, I'm gonna pick her to make their life a bit more difficult in Arena. She is very useful in PvE content. A lot of people are really underestimating this revive skill, guys. Not only that you can manipulate a bit the turn meter, but you're going to revive a champion with all of the skills on 0 cooldown, which is absolutely massive. Of course, if you have Narcissus on the team, full turn meter decreases the turn meter. You don't require accuracy for that. Best build for her is Swift Parry plus Stone Skin. That's kind of like the meta for the last couple of months or so. If not, you can just build her on a 2-turn Stone Skin. You can give her resistance. She's a very good counter for champions that lock skills because of her A1, which will randomly decrease the cooldown of a random ally skills by 2 turns. If Narcissus is on the team, of course, you will prioritize him. You do have the A2, which is a cleanse, a shield. If Narcissus is on the same team, you're getting Strengthen, you're getting turn meter. You have a speed aura for all battles. Super powerful reviver, and she was a fusion as well, guys. Then we have Molly Tankard. Very, very powerful provoker for the Hydra clan boss. She's not the best reviver. She's not the best champion in the game. She was one of the very first few fusions that we had in the game. I feel like it was, 2019, if I'm not mistaken. The A1 just increases a bit the damage. The A2 is very nice because it's an AoE provoke. Very auto-friendly for the Hydra clan boss. And the provoke can go on for 2 turns. Then you have a bit of a revive. This makes your Hydra teams auto-friendly. Most of the teams will have the same issue. You're going to lose champions on auto. And if you have no revivers, you're going to be in a bad spot. So Molly kind of like filling in different roles is actually super, super awesome. The passive, very nice too. Constantly getting turn meter, of course, is on a 1-turn cooldown. But getting 25% turn meter is actually massive because will rotate your team so much faster. I would tell you guys, give her a bit of damage. She can actually smack if you can. Best build for her for Hydra is going to be regeneration. That will ensure that she's actually not going to die. You do need accuracy and resistance on her because she will be an amazing mischief target because of the reflect damage buff. So she fills in a lot of roles for the Hydra clan boss. Definitely a pretty solid one. One of the best provokers for the Hydra, I would say. Then moving over to the Void legendaries, guys. We actually have, of course, Sulfurion, as I mentioned before. There is an insane combo with the lizards with Lazarius, Sulfurion, Ramantu, and of course Theox. Nobody will get polymorph. Sulfurion will instantly melt the Stone Skin with this skill. Very, very nice. He can offer you support, the revive. Then, of course, you have this passive, which will fill the thermometer of all allies by 5% for each HP burn debuff placed. Very, very effective too. But the main thing is the combo that you can actually do with those lizards for arena is one of the best offense team for PvP. Super fast, absolutely demolishes pretty much every other team in the game. Very good for PvE content as well. Great for the Sand Devil's Necropolis. Great for Hydra. Great for a lot of different content, you know. And yes, you do need accuracy on Sulfurion if you want to use him in PvP. Then we have Balatar Mage Slayer. Honestly, I am not a fan of this champion. He's a Void Legendary. I just feel like he needs to do a bit more to be a bit more special. This skill right here has a chance to decrease the cooldown of a random skill. This one right here attacks all enemies, increase attack and increase defense on all allies, and gives you a bit of healing. And you have a revive with shield, and basically you have the passive, which is the interesting thing on his skill, but it's a lot of RNG. 70% chance of decreasing all of an ally's skills cooldown by 1 turn whenever they are revived. So basically that's what's meant to make the champion special, but I feel like it's just not enough, in my opinion, for a Void Legendary. So personally, not a massive fan. We do have some awesome epics on the other side though, and I feel like the majority of you guys will be looking to get the epics rather than all of the legendaries, because these epics, some of them are actually absolutely game-changing. And I'm gonna start with one of the most game-changing epic champions for the Hydra clan boss, Ugo. Not only for the Hydra clan boss, but right now with the new event dungeon, she actually got some massive value surge. So you can put defense down and block buffs. You have a cleanse, you have a bit of healing, the leech. The passive is basically like a bit of a bonus. Super awesome champion. Best build, affinity, breaker, guys. No weak hits. And of course, you do need accuracy. You do need some speed on her, but that's mainly what you should try to prioritize on her. We have Gorgorab. Still a pretty awesome thermometer booster reviver, but we have so many in the game right now. It's definitely pretty hard to justify in building him early on. He's great for the faction wars though, because he has a full revive, a bit of a healing, speed aura for arena, a thermometer boost, increase attack, a chance to remove a random buff. But other than that, he's not very amazing anymore. He used to be the old arbiter of Raid Shadow Legends. Then we have Rector Dread. Still a solid reviver, pretty good for Hydra. Preferably you want to use a different champion with her that can land leech, so she can actually put a perfect veil buff on your team rather than the continuous heal. You do need to fully heal your team in order to get a perfect veil. You have a revive, decrease attack, a low chance, probably not worth in building her with a lot of accuracy. The passive, which is pretty nice as well. She gives a lot of healing though. She's very effective as an epic champion. Then we have my most favorite support epic champion in the entire game, and probably a lot of you guys will agree with this, Godseeker Aniri. Yes, she can do tons of crazy things, and again, she has this revive skill, very similar with Anora, revives a dead ally with 50% HP and thermometer, and resets the cooldowns of all of their skills. Very, very nice. You have healing right here, increase the duration of buffs, decreases the duration of buffs on the enemies. The A1, a bit of more healing. The passive, which is very, very nice. So overall, probably the best epic reviver in the entire game, in my opinion. She's just too freaking good. And then we have her competitor, Ursula the Mourner, guys. Very good for the Hydra clan boss, because she brings decreased attack, she brings increased attack, she brings you buffs. You have a speed aura only for Doom Towers, unfortunately. The A1, not really effective for Hydra, but she's a very good champion for PvE content in general. And a bit hard to use her in PvP, but she can get the job done early on. That's what we have in terms of 15x progressive chance for this weekend, guys. I am honestly planning to definitely go for Sulfurion, hit a legendary, and call it a day most likely, because hey, it's not a 2x or anything crazy like that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you looking to get any of these champions? As usual, appreciate every single one of you guys watching. If you enjoyed the content, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.